Hi, it's Delia. Thanks for clicking on. So, I've had some questions from people about healing and what is it, and is it like problem solving or fixing things, or you're broken and then you're not going to be broken, or, just there's so many ideas and definitions and projections and assumptions about healing, about anything, but we're going to talk about healing right now. So, there's a conventional wisdom idea that uh, if you're if you're in recovery, or if you've had trauma, or if you grew up with narcissistic parents, something happened, and then uh, everything broke or broke down, or you got damaged for a period of time, and then at some point you decide to do something to change that. So that's one kind of broad trajectory about what people think healing is. Um, a couple of things about that. One thing to know, and this is people usually when the people hear this, they go, "Oh yeah, that's true," but it's kind of a ubiquitous, and yet, and because it's so much everywhere, it seems hard to see. Everything about our society, no matter what religion you grew up in, has the fundamental premise of original sin. And the fundamental premise of original sin is you're bad and wrong. Your body is really bad and wrong. And you were conceived out of a sin, uh, wrongdoing on your parents' part because they had sex. So the whole thing about the way this time period looks at humans is skewed wrong. Anything that has the original sin foundation to it is saying that your true nature is evil. It's born out of evil. And it's only through baptism, forgiveness from the Almighty, that you get a measure of not evilness, of not badness, not wrongness. So that's a heavily tilted playing field, and it's tilted against humans. um, there's a lot of things that could be said about that, and if anybody's interested, let me know, and I can talk about it at another time. But it is skewed, and from what I've seen over 35 years of looking at these things and reading all kinds of disciplines and Gnostic information and all kinds of stuff. The truth is that at your core, you are stardust, you are divine, you are part of the all that is. So you are not only a child of the universe, but you are uh, a drop of the universe, like the Rumi thing that says that you're not a drop in the ocean, you're the ocean in a drop. This is a profoundly different premise. So if you have a sense that you are a part of the universe and you are from divinity, you're from part of eternity, you're part of the all it is, then there's going to be like confusion about who you are versus the universe. Or rather, who you are versus society. And in our modern world, there's been a lot of confusion about the coping patterns that a person applies in situations in childhood. And they get labeled as your personality. They also get labeled as pathologies. It's interesting to me that there's no everything about being human has been pathologized in the certainly in the recent past. And yes, everybody always has exceptions to that, but as a general rule, just see if it's true. Like it's not okay to be in grief. You have to get over your grief. Well, that's pathologizing a normal human experience. Um, Humans are supposed to get upset. We're supposed to respond to our environment. We're supposed to have emotions. Our emotions are here to tell us all kinds of great information about the environment that we're in. But as long as all of that is skewed, everybody walks around feeling like they alone are behind the eight ball. They alone are um, messed up. Everybody else has the answer book. Everybody else has the game plan, and the individual alone is the one who's at fault and at blame. It's really effective uh, mindfuck to get you off your center. So it's good to know that there's a lot of structural information and thought patterns that make you wrong, that didn't originate with you. They're built into the vocab. They're built into the way people talk. And it's certainly built into what's acceptable. I remember years ago when Shirley MacLaine wrote a book. I can't remember which one it was. She wrote a lot of really great books about the personal journey. And everybody went against her because at some point she has a revelation and she realizes and says out loud, I am God. And everybody lost it. And yet, it's in Jesus's teachings that everybody can do what he could do. But, you know, these are not the parts that anybody pays attention to in the conventional wisdom game. You are an infinite being, which you can't grasp because what the hell does that mean? And a physical body, which you know what a physical body is, but you don't know what a Ferrari your physical body is because we're taught that our physical bodies are something like a broken down toaster or a toaster oven. So if you have a handbook for an out of date toaster oven as the owner's manual for your body, for your physical human experience, then you're it's like thinking that you're a 1998 Corolla when you're actually a 2026 Lamborghini. They're different, right? So you actually are a lot more powerful. You're a lot more full of grace and wisdom. You have a lot more capabilities than the normal modern world allows for. So the original premise is already head scrambly. It doesn't make any sense, but it does put people into the position of believing and validating that the problem is with them. It's not. Not that we don't have things that we want to improve, and not that we don't have conclusions and decisions and assumptions that are inaccurate, that need clearing. And that kind of being present with yourself is a muscle that you build up to. It's not something that it's not usually something that just happens. So the best way to understand healing is growing. Instead of going from broken to whole, try on the idea of, like every plant in nature, every animal, you're growing and changing. It doesn't mean what happened to you was not bad or wrong or evil. It just means that it's more valuable to you to be a safe place for you to be than to spend time on parsing out what happened to you, who's culpable, and how can you get revenge. We are a lot more capable than we're allowed to think we are. And we have a lot more resources than society tells us we do. And by turning within, by journaling with your higher self, asking questions, maybe you use a non-dominant hand in that process, but there's a million ways to tune in and connect with your higher self. And the trick is to just find the one that is appealing to you and then try it. And try it for a period of time. So it's about becoming more you. It's about getting yourself free. It's about becoming a safe place to be inside your skin, which all is empowering and becoming more you. Because you are a part of the universe. You're fantastic. And you know that somewhere. So let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you again real soon.